I have Christopher Lance on Zoom. Good afternoon, Mr. Lance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yeah, this matter is on for review. Ms. Zhang, maybe you can
Yes,
help me.
I can. And I'm assuming that this is Mr. Lance with the last name spelled as Lance, your year of birth in 1994. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, so Your Honor, this Mr. Lance is not the Mr. Lance that we wanted in this case, or the person who was arrested in this case. This Mr. Lance, who's appearing via Zoom, is currently residing outside of California. He reached out to us after he was notified that there was at some point a warrant in California that's associated with the case that we have in court. After we did our investigation, it appeared what happened was back in I believe it was 2013, a person with the same first name and it's not the same last name. It's spelled as Lance, and that person has a birth of 5/25 of 1990. I think what happened was, while that individual provided the correct information to the officer, at some point, this Mr. Lance's information was, I believe, because their physical descriptors are very similar. For whatever reason, this Mr. Lance's information was attached to this case file when it was submitted to our office. And as a result, a warrant was issued for this Mr. Lance's arrest when the actual arrestee did not appear in court. My understanding is at one point, from our investigation, that warrant, even though it has the incorrect information belonging to this Mr. Lance, that warrant was served on the actual arrestee. And somehow he was, again, not booked at the jail. He was released on a citation. And I guess he did not appear in court, but nothing was actually done subsequent to his second failure to appear. So the case has been limbo status until this Mr. Lance reached out to our office. So we have confirmed that this Mr. Lance is not the arrestee in this case.
So the gentleman you're looking for has a last name spelled Lance?
We believe, let me pull up the supplemental report to make sure I got it right. So it has the same first name, Christopher. Last name is Lance with a DOB of 5/25 of 1990.
All right, so you say that the warrant with this defendant's name was actually served?
My understanding is it was actually served on the correct Mr. Lance, who I believe was residing in California, and this Mr. Lance is not in California.
All right, so what I would ask you to do, I can't repeat the warrant because it's been served, but there will be a minute order indicating that this gentleman, last name Lance, what's your date of birth, Mr. Lance?
November 29th, 1994.
Oh, same alleged date of birth. Okay, that is not the person that people are seeking. So I would suggest that you file an amended complaint because you've got to change the name of the defendant.
Actually, we can actually let this Mr. Lance go because I think he just wants to make sure that he's not wanted in this case. And we have since submitted a letter to his employer certifying that he's not the person who's needed in this case.
And Mr. Lance, thank you
Yes.
for contacting everyone. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now, returning to this case, that I've just provided the court with the correct information on the actual arrestee. I have since reran that person's criminal record. And I know that this case was filed as a felony 11377. But based on the record that I'm seeing right now, one, this would have been a misdemeanor pursuant to Proposition 47. And after further review of the person's criminal record, it appeared that he has been arrested multiple times subsequent to 2013. And obviously, there is going to be a major speedy trial issue due to the mistaken identity. In addition to that, there's no warrant outstanding since it was served at one point in time, and the drug that was involved in this case was 0.07 gram. So based on that and the remoteness of the case, people will move to dismiss the case in the interest of justice.
And I fully support that. So all charges in case 14-3061 are dismissed. That should be our last case, true? All right. So Mr. Gorman, thank you. And Ms. Snow, thank you as well for your help.